Meta is now forcing expanded audiences for top of the funnel actions. There's a lot to talk about here. I wrote a much more detailed blog post that you can read on this too. Go to johnloomer.com/tofu. Meta first announced this back in January, but I hadn't seen it yet. That said, I started hearing other people having it, and so I started poking around some of my other ad accounts, and once you know it, ad accounts that I don't use have this activated. What are we talking about? Maybe we back up a little bit. So when using a performance goal of link clicks or landing page views, to be very clear, the traffic objective is the way Meta communicated this, but it doesn't have to be the traffic objective. The main thing is use a performance goal of link clicks or landing page views. I'm actually using leads in this case for the objective to prove a point. And you're using the original audiences. And when you scroll down to detailed targeting, it now shows advanced detailed targeting by default. This is also a different design, which is very confusing that there are multiple designs sitting out there, because another version of this for conversions, so any type of conversion performance goal, it'll say detailed targeting, and there'll be a big gray box down here indicating that they can expand your audiences if they can find more results beyond those inputs. Well, now it's a little tricky, a little sneaky, because it's advanced detailed targeting as the label. If you hover over the tooltip, it says we may deliver ads beyond your audience for eligible ad objectives. Now that said, if you entered in some detailed targeting, this is where I found it does give you this big old bold message. You can't turn this off. So previously you could. Now the performance goals of link clicks and landing page views fall in that same bucket as website conversion performance goals, where the same thing happens. So this is problematic, and let me explain why. Let's say, for example, you're using the sales objective and you wanted to set a performance goal of conversions where the conversion event was a purchase. In that case, I'm okay with Meta expanding my audience to get more of the action that I want, because the performance goal, which is conversions where the conversion event is a purchase, is what guides ad delivery. The algorithm is going to do what it can to get me more purchases within my budget. Great. If it can find purchases beyond the selected audience that I input, all the better. The problem would be if you're optimizing for, instead of conversions, we change it to link clicks or landing page views. Now it's not letting me define the audience. It will still go beyond it just to get me more link clicks or landing page views. The issue here is that optimization for link clicks and landing page views is already problematic, because it does not matter to the algorithm whether these people do anything on my website beyond that initial click. So for example, if you haven't turned off Advantage Plus placements, it will just bombard audience network to get you all kinds of accidental clicks, bots, click fraud, whatever, where these people aren't going to do anything. But again, the algorithm thinks you're going to be happy just getting that link click or landing page view. Okay, this is a known problem with any top of the funnel optimization, because the algorithm is only trying to get you that action that you define in your performance goal without any consideration whatsoever for quality. Not an issue for purchases, because if you get a purchase, you get a purchase, right? So the fact that they are rolling this out, it's somewhat curious, honestly, that they're even making this update to Advantage Detailed Targeting, because my assumption all along, ever since Advantage Plus Audience was rolled out, that all of this other stuff is confusing to keep it going. Meta clearly wants us to use Advantage Plus Audience. I mean, we get these messages all over the place saying, are you sure you want to do this? You're giving up better results by going this direction. So the fact they're still updating Advantage Detailed Targeting is interesting. I would not be surprised to eventually see Advantage Plus Audience just be the set default and you can't change out of it. That said, this is problematic for one primary reason. Meta could have corrected this years ago, the problem with quality. But the issue is you cannot set a performance goal with a caveat for quality when it comes to link clicks or landing page views. They should. And they can even then say, okay, we've got these predefined characteristics of quality traffic that we will focus on to show your ads to people more likely to click your link and then spend more time on your website, perform other conversion events, maybe return later. All these signals that we use to define something as quality, Meta disregards. But if they give us that option of quality, suddenly, yes, it's going to cost more to get that link, click, or landing page view, but expanding the audience is now okay. If you're going to expand the audience to get me more quality traffic, have at it. But without these restrictions of your targeting, when they expand the audience, it just goes off the rails because quality isn't a concern. So now suddenly I'm going to be reaching people who fall way outside of my target demographic, a potential customer, simply because they click on everything, right? So there is a simple solution. Well, I don't want to say it's simple. It's a logical solution. It's one that has existed for years, that I've proposed for years because it's been a problem for years, but it's a problem that has compounded ever since Meta started expanding audiences and also moving to Advantage Plus audience. So once again, this is kind of surface level of what the problem is and what Meta could do. There's a much more detailed explanation of everything that's going on here, going back to the current state of expansion and how we got here and where we're going and the strengths of expansion and the weaknesses of it and the solutions. Go ahead, check that out at johnloomer.com/tofu.